Eavesdropping. Is it any of our business? Maybe. Are you actively listening in and being nosy? Or are you failing in your effort to tune out somebody else's cringeworthy conversation? Some people's voices naturally cut through ambient noise, and some people tend to get loud, either out of character or due to the heated nature of their exchange. Whatever the case, there isn't a lot to be done about the reality of eavesdropping. It's actually a little bit like the weather in that regard. But how does an unintentional listener sort this out? In most cases, if you are in a restaurant or a pub, for instance, and two people are blathering loudly within earshot, you have options. I've had success in the past by asking the bartender or one of the staff to raise the volume of the music or the television to divert my attention to a sport or something. I've actually found a surprising amount of newfound interest in things like Champions League darts or bocce ball qualifiers in my effort to escape overhearing loud, uninformed conversations. Another option, and maybe this is the best one, is, if possible, use this channel's modus operandi and strike up a conversation with somebody else. You might be doing that other person a favor, as they too are likely trying to ignore the same people you are. Look for their welcome, sympathetic expression on their face when you greet them for confirmation. And what about the whole advent of, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em? Why not just drop into other people's conversations uninvited, instead of merely listening in or trying to tune them out? Well, because unless you know the people well enough, in which case do whatever you want, it's their fault for knowing you, it's just poor form on top of poor form. The exceptions here being a solicitation for you to join in, or that friendly, natural, open-door vibe in casual instances, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about most of the time you will want to avoid the act of shoehorning yourself into a conversation, no matter how much you know about the topic or how easy it would be for you to correct their bad information. Resist the urge to become an interloper. If the topic of the loud conversation is right in your wheelhouse, and your info might be of some service, if you absolutely, positively must give them your take, look for a break in their conversation. Wait for one of them to pop out for a smoke, or wait for both of them to stop talking to each other and play with their phones. This way, you're almost striking up a new conversation. It's just based on the one prior. Why is it poor form to be an interloper? Why shouldn't you just jump in and offer your knowledge or opinion onto another conversation? Well, you tell me. Because we've all been in a situation where we are the ones being eavesdropped upon, and it can be an unwelcome challenge to have to deal with somebody wriggling into your interaction unwantedly. However, in the interest of keeping things short, the other half of the eavesdropping spectrum will be in a second blurb. See, this is a two-parter, and next we will be taking an inverted look into eavesdropping.